Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Nicole. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell if you haven't already. Here on the channel, we go deep into so many personal development issues, but specifically helping you with your boundaries, your feminine energy, and really getting to those fulfilling relationships. And so today's video, I want to go a little bit deeper into how to overcome relationship trauma, right? The reason why so many of us have problems with relationships is because we have trauma, unhealed trauma, either from early childhood relationships or relationships that we've had as adults in the past where we felt like we've been hurt, abandoned, and disappointed, right? And so we know that relationships are not all fuzzy and warm. That's the image that we want to attach to, right? Sometimes we're looking for that Disney image, but really we have to accept that relationships can be challenging, right? They can be challenging. That's why we need a lot of content around how to make them work, right? And sometimes while they shape us and mold us in positive ways, or they have the potential to, it can also feel like they break us as well. So that can, really make us feel like we don't want relationships again. But let me give you a little secret, right? Here's a statistic. A lot of people, including women, men and women, are suffering from loneliness, lack of companionship, and lack of connection. So that's why really trying to get your relationships right, learn all the skills that you need to make them work and get over your traumas is so vital because loneliness affects your health, lack of connection affects your well-being, and we're at a point where it's a crisis. So once again, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notifications button, like and share, because we really want to talk about how to get over your relationship trauma. Okay, so relationships can break us. They can leave us with lasting scars that are not, you can't see. Emotional scars are not, they're not something you can see. They're not perceptible by to the eye. You cannot see them, but they run deep. There were some studies that showed how heartbreak can actually make you sick. There's couples where when one couple died, one member died, they've been married for decades, the other one dies of heartbreak, right? So it can really affect your body, not just your mind and your emotions. It can, more than that, affect your ability to trust and to love and connect with others. And those are such vital human needs, right? Like we have to connect. And in order to connect, what do you need? You need to trust. And in order to trust, you have to be able to express yourself, communicate, see hope in the future, and not just focus on what happened in the past, right? So, one of the things is that you have to know that even in the face of like relationship trauma, you are stronger than you think. I always tell the women that I work with, it's not about you doing everything to defend yourself from trauma and never being hurt again. No, it's about you knowing that you are resilient enough and strong enough that you're going to be okay, right? The strongest people allow themselves to lean back into love, even if they've been hurt, right? So you need to know you are stronger internally with your emotions and your resilience, and that there's an inner strength within you that is waiting to be discovered. So sometimes heartbreak and relationship challenges can actually be an opportunity to develop ourselves further, to understand ourselves more, to tap into our resilience. Okay. Know that you can conquer the pain. It might hurt. It might take some time. It might take a lot of inner work. You can conquer it and you can reclaim your power. And reclaiming your power is really saying, I'm not going to let this heartbreak, this argument, this challenge, whatever it is, I'm not going to let this stop me from being open to connection and relationship and love again. That's the key with the relationship trauma. And relationship trauma could be anything from you were disappointed, you were ghosted, which is happening a lot, right? You were betrayed either through infidelity or lies or untruthfulness, or someone just slowly tapped out while you were all in, right? All of these are really, really painful. But nature teaches us, and I want you to know that your resilience is natural. Nature teaches us the art of resilience. It's all around us. Just like a tree can withstand the winds and storms, right? You can weather the storms of relationship trauma. It actually starts though with acknowledging your pain. That's the key. Because when we try to be so defensive and say, oh, it didn't matter to me, you're not going to get over it, right? You become like a fragile, dried up uh, twig or branch that breaks easily. You want to be that vibrant, lively leaf that can go with the flow, right? It can maybe get beat up a little bit, but it still comes back stronger than ever, right? So you need to acknowledge the pain, give yourself permission to heal by asking for help, by sitting with your emotions, by getting support, being around others, and by putting yourself back out there eventually, right? Support is key on this journey. It's crucial. You're going to need social support. That doesn't mean you go around and you tell everybody what happened to you. Support could literally mean uh, the support of a therapist, of a coach, of a small community of other women who understand there is not a soul on this planet who has not experienced heartbreak. Let me tell you that, or some form of disappointment or trauma in their relationships, right? So it could be a trusted person. It doesn't mean you go all over social media and you tell everybody everything that happened, or you air out in this passive aggressive way things that happen. No, we're talking about a trusted person, community, or professional that can help you to process your feelings. Also, in our greatest times of trauma, any kind of trauma, self care is necessary. It's not selfish, but it's an essential part of your healing. You have to nurture your mind, body, and soul. You have to eat. You have to get back on a routine of sleeping. And I know when we've been traumatized, when we've been hurt, it can feel like sleep is the last thing we can do. We are waking up sometimes by bad dreams and bad feelings, but you want to still stay with the routine of trying to let yourself rest. Getting exercise during the day, coming back, taking a hot shower, drinking hot tea, anything to help recenter you so you can get back into rest mode. Don't starve yourself because something went wrong in your relationship. And let me be clear about this, because sometimes relationship trauma doesn't mean we're broken up. It could be in the course of a long-term committed relationship or a marriage where there's a breakdown in the communication and it's painful, right? There's a breakdown in understanding or a common partnership, and it can be devastating, and it can feel like you're going through a breakup even though there isn't one. It hasn't been official. So you want to make sure you feed yourself, you nurture yourself, you take time to center yourself and reconnect with things that you enjoy, that you're feeding your mind, body, and your soul and your spirit. Okay, so you want to help to explore these feelings. Look at it as an opportunity for growth. Maybe you weren't communicating your needs, and so it was easy for somebody else to walk all over yours. So that means you need to learn your communication. Maybe you were not open to hearing the other person, and that triggered their relationship trauma, right? So there's always an opportunity for growth as you engage in your self care, reconnecting with nature, reconnecting with friends, nurturing yourself, nourishing yourself. You also want to look for opportunities where you can actually grow, right? How can you grow from this? And it could be diving deeper into self reflection through journaling, exploring your emotions, like what you really feel, and allowing yourself again to feel and process the feelings. It could be journaling is a powerful way. And if you want more about journaling, look at the link. I have a journaling course that will walk you step by step through how you can actually heal, and get over some of these traumas through journaling. Okay. So you want to allow yourself to gain insights and become a stronger version of yourself. The other thing is all of these things, your resilience before you know it is just going to naturally build, right? Resilience is something that we all have that's innate to all of us. And sometimes we have to be put in situations where we have to lean into our resilience, where we're forced to use it or lose it, as they say, right? So you want to lean into your resilience and know that it's going to develop over time. It is going to come over time. Okay. You want to also remember healing is not linear. You could go through this process and decide you're not going to let relationship trauma, relationship hurt stop you from reconnecting. And you could put yourself back out there. You could meet someone, you could, get involved with someone, and some of those same triggers might come up for you. Some of those same hurts might come up for you. And that's okay because healing is a process. It's not a one and done. I start here, I go there, and I'm done healing. Healing is a process, all right? It's not linear and it takes time. And so you don't have to wait to be healed. Part of the healing is putting yourself back out there, telling yourself, I believe in my own inner strength, my own resilience. So I am not going to cut myself off from connection and relationship and love in the future. Okay. Know that you have what it takes. You possess the strength to overcome the darkest times in your relationship trauma, to triumph over it, right? When they say your trauma becomes your triumph, let your trauma become your testimony of your strength and your openness. And I always say the biggest thing for a woman is don't make you bitter. Don't let relationship trauma make you hard. Retain that softness and that feminine part of yourself because that's the true testament of your resilience. So I want you to know you can find love and happiness again, no matter the circumstances. There's billions of us on this earth, and I believe there is someone for everyone. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And let me know in the comments, like, what have you done to overcome your relationship trauma? And how have you used any of these tools to become a better, stronger version of yourself? That you still have that sweetness to you as a woman. All right. See you on the next video, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Dr. Nicole. Take care.